Hello, my name is Michael Omia, and we are exhibiting at the 2026 Nakuru ASK show as Pyrethrum Processing Company of Kenya. Pyrethrum Processing Company of Kenya is a company that deals with the pyrethrum to process and sell the insecticide from pyrethrum. Pyrethrum as a crop is grown in 19 counties of Kenya, and the crop is mainly grown in highland areas from 1500 meters above sea level to 2500 meters above sea level. And on growing the crop, the farmers pick the flower part of the plant, which contains actives called pyrethrins, which are capable of killing insects, hence helping us to manage insect pests in our homes and also the insects which interfere with our crops in the shamba. So, in Kenya, pyrethrum is grown in 19 counties, and all of it is delivered to Nakuru, where it is processed and manufactured into insecticide. And when it's delivered to Nakuru, we check the amount of pyrethrin in the farmer's flour, and we pay the farmers according to pyrethrin content. If a farmer has taken good care of his crop, he is able to get up to 600 shillings per kg of flowers delivered. But the pyrethrin content ranges from 1% to 3%. Most of the farmers are able to produce pyrethrin at 1.5%, which is about 400 shillings per kg. So this crop is grown mainly in highland areas, and Nakuru County is the leading producer of pyrethrum in Kenya. So that one contributes to the location of the industry in Nakuru. So pyrethrum from all the 19 growing counties, the counties of Kisii, Bomet, Marakwet, West Pokot, are all brought to Nakuru, where we process the pyrethrum. And I said that before we process the pyrethrum, we determine the pyrethrin content, and we pay the farmer, who is our employer, who produces that crop. And after we pay the farmer, then we process it into an extract, a concentrate extract, pale extract, that is mainly exported. 70% of the extract is exported, while locally we are able to consume only 20%. So it earns this nation a lot of foreign exchange. And pyrethrum is a natural product that leaves no residue on the environment. So it is a product that is highly recommended for control and management of insect pests, especially in our farms. So we highly recommend that our local population, use our products from Pyrethrum, products like Pyagro, which is an agricultural insecticide that we use to manage aphids, whiteflies in our vegetables, and other insects which affect our crop. So we highly recommend this one to be done by our local farmers so that we'll not have most people developing diseases due to residual content that are residual content of other insecticides.
So maybe you can tell us, we've seen aggressive programs to enhance this production.
Yes.
How is the sector, and whether it's fully supporting your factory in terms of capacity production?
Then you'll also tell us how eco-friendly are your products.
Okay.
Just go.
So, concerning the pyrethrum, how it is, we are coming from a point where the production has gone down. In the early 80s and 90s, Kenya used to produce 71% of the total world production of pyrethrum. But in the year 2000, from 2000 to 2010, the production dropped. As a result of non-payment to the growers, but we are trying very much to see that we enhance the production of this crop in this country so that our local farmers can gain from it. In those early years, of 1990, 2000, it used to be a leading crop. It used to be a leading cash crop, especially in this county of Nakuru. But when we couldn't pay the farmers for some reasons, the production went down because they opted for other crops. They planted other crops for to gain cash. So, but currently, we are distributing seedlings to farmers so that we can increase production and productivity. And we can process more to satisfy the world demand. We cannot even meet the world demand for natural pyrethrum because most of the synthetic insecticides have been banned. And I have my colleague here who will tell us more about the safety of our product. Welcome.
Maybe before it comes in, you've talked about the pyrethrum content from what is delivered to you. What can you tell the farmers in terms of how they can be able to tend their plants to achieve higher content?
For our farmers, pyrethrum farmers, I would say in the 19 counties, we have field extension officers who advise the farmers on how to grow the crop and tend to it and achieve maximum return from it. And also the county agricultural officers, we work in liaison with them to enhance productivity in our county. So if they want seeds of pyrethrum, they can seek contacts of our field extension officers, and they are available in every county. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Colin Somondi, a staff at Pyrethrum Processing Company of Kenya. So we appreciate your presence and this chance to tell the world and tell our nation the quality aspect of pyrethrum. Like my colleague mentioned, pyrethrum is actually an organic molecule that has a global acceptance, both in the global market and in the regional market, as well as locally. He mentioned about the eco-friendliness of the product. So the pyrethrum molecule, in its natural form, is highly biodegradable, meaning it doesn't persist so much in the environment. So that is how eco-friendly it is. And when you talk about eco-friendly, we are talking about molecules that don't leave a lot of harm in the environment, neither do they leave a lot of residue. So for pyrethrum qualifies in that space very well. And also talking about the quality aspect, we know that as a natural molecule, it has got global acceptance, so its standards and quality space is highly regulated. That's why our market spans around the US market, Europe market, the Asian market, all those markets. And in all those markets, we ensure that we do specific molecule registrations, as well as we meet the legal requirements within those countries. Thank you.
How do we strike the balance between the costs and the safety of the chemicals? Because I think one of the driving factors for use of other chemicals could be in terms of cost. How do you strike the balance, especially to be able to lure more farmers utilize these organic chemicals?
Actually, thank you. So you find that in the onset, pyrethrum industry used to be the leading, but when synthetics came with now the aspect of cost. They were a bit cheaper. So most of the farmers, most of our stakeholders went back to synthetics. So they started using synthetics. But again, after discovering that this synthetics is actually causing more harm than good, in that it is causing them to spend much time treating ailments and conditions that are not understandable. Conditions that when you go to the hospital, you are not able to be diagnosed. Conditions that requires you to use a lot of money. So that is what made the shift, or drove the shift now from the use of synthetics back to natural molecules. And so as an industry, for us to be able to get that balance in the crop cultivation of that pyrethrum crop, we ensure that our farmers observe good agronomic practices. We also educate them on how they can probably practice intercropping with other cash crop trees like avocados, so that they can earn more income. We have also ensured that the payment levels, like my colleague mentioned, are up to standard, such that we improved our payment per kilo from the previous 100, between 100 to 200. Right now, it ranges between 500 shillings to up to 700 shillings per kilo. So we ensure that in the long run, the farmer and our stakeholders, both economically, they are able to sustain themselves, and also they are able to live a healthy life by using our organic products and enjoy life as Kenyan. We know that a healthy nation is a working nation, and together our GDP will grow.
Thank you so much.